Welcome back, guys. This is the Global Starcraft 2 League Code A, Round 1. I am Doa. With me is Wolf. And here we are again. We just saw an awesome match between Liquid Hero and Is Crazy Moving. Very cool, but we have to move on, unfortunately. We're going to move right on to a very colorful player, a very interesting player. His name is Startail Superstar. He's going to be going up against Slayers Brown. And, yeah, well, Superstar. Yeah.
Well, all right, let's talk a little about Superstar. He has made some flashes here and there. You know, he's popped up.
He's worn a cape.
Whacked him down. He's popped back in. You know, is he wearing a cape today?
No, he's not wearing a cape today. He's actually right behind us there, but you can actually see him. Oh, I'm so bad at this. I give up. He's
like Santa Doa's left. He's like,
See? You need to point. He's on your side. Point to the upper right. Your upper right. There he is. You get it right away. You only got it because I guided you. That's why. I told you where to point. Don't take all the credit.
Did you give me some pointers on that?
I did. Oh, that was some crazy moving you did right there.
I know, I made some
Hotbit thinks it's going to be a long time before we can make puns, but we're going to show him, right? That's right.
We already did, man.
I guess so. So, yeah, Superstar versus Slayers Brown. First, let's take a replay, or take a look at a replay again from Crazy Moving. This is, of course, from Game 2. This is
the sickest hold, man. Look at this.
Yeah, this was a really, really good push by Liquid
Look at how
Hero.
He pulls the Zealots away with the Zerglings, then retreats the Zerglings, and when the Zealots come back to target down the spine, he brings the Zerglings back. Really nice micro by Crazy Moving there.
Yeah,
and a pretty good. It was a really smart, well-executed timing by Hero, but man, Crazy Moving said no.
He said no?
He said no.
And then he moved.
He did.
In a crazy fashion. All right, and I mean, that's the thing is that, you know, we talked a lot about Crazy Moving because he's new, you know, and he played in a very exciting way, but you know, that shouldn't overshadow the fact at all that Hero played really well that series as well. You know, I mean, he played well.
He did play well.
Attacks like that, little pushes like that are the things that kind of helped him kind of chip and scrape his way back into the series.
He played really well in Game 1 as well. I mean, that's why it was. That's why you could see even the frustration in his face when he ended up losing that game. But he did everything he could. He just couldn't deal with Crazy Moving. But still, I have to say his first game was the one that impressed me the most. Mm-hmm. In games 2 and 3, I feel like Crazy Moving had the game kind of in a good spot, and he kind of threw it away. He made critical mistakes. I agree to a
certain extent. Game 3 was kind of controlled by Hero from the start, but in a lot of ways. But Game 2, Crazy Moving, I think definitely had it, and he just got a little bit too overeager. He kind of overcommitted, lost a lot of units he didn't need to, and Hero, you know, you can't do that against a good player like Hero, because if it happens, he does exactly what, you know, he'll do exactly what he does. Respond perfectly, come back and crush you. I actually did talk to Crazy Moving during the break, and, you know, he was bummed out, of course, but he was kind of joking around a little bit, too, with the MVP guys, so he's not taking it too hard, which is good to see. Yeah. But, man, yeah, what a great series. So here's the start of where Crazy Moving starts to overextend. Now, this is not an overextension in itself here. This is actually great. But you'll see in a little bit here, depending on how fast we advance the replay.
He actually took control of this game with like a big, heavy-handed fist, man, at this point. This is when he like snatched it, and he was like, all right, you're actually on your last rope here. I could kill you. But the problem is these Void Rays that he never really completely dealt with. And then...
Well, here's the thing is that what he could have done, and probably what he should have done, is at this moment here, instead of pushing in with these Roaches trying to just do the damage that he wanted to do, would be to pull back, wait for the Hydras to catch up, then push in and make sure that you can use those Hydras to focus down the Void Rays. And I think that would have actually won him the game right there. But as you can see now, you know, Hero's got a pretty good army. Stuff is kind of out in the middle of the map, sort of piecemeal. And, you know, Crazy Moving at this point started to lose traction. Started slipping on the snow, if you will.
Yeah, I would say so, man.
Yep, because look at this. Now he's moving out with only Hydras. Imagine if he had had those dozen or so Roaches in front of this. It would have been no contest. He would have crushed this
he's actually fighting off creep here as well. He also underestimated his opponent's ability to... he underestimated how many units Hero would have here. Otherwise, he would have waited, would have fought on creep, would have fought with those reinforcements, and would have easily crushed that force. Or at least pushed it back, I should say.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is the point. You know, where you can see now Crazy Moving is kind of losing it. He's still getting Zerglings into the main, still kind of harassing a little bit, but, you know, Hero's got control of this game, you know, right now. He's able to clean this kind of stuff up easily. He's not losing a lot of units anymore, so now in the near future you'll see him be able to push out, end the game, deals with this aggression pretty well.
Yeah.
That's about that. And yeah, when you have 4 Void Rays kind of just sitting around killing things at your base, it's not a good situation to be in.
No, it's not, especially when the few Hydras you have are being picked off one by Phoenixes.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And so this was the beginning of the end for Crazy Moving.
They lost a lot of production with that
What
hatchery.
was that? Look at that.
Third base.
It's like a lead pipe popped out of that hatchery or something. I don't know. That was weird. It's like little weird things that pop out of buildings in this game that you don't notice sometimes.
Sometimes they're lead pipes, I guess.
Yep. Like the Queen's toupees pop off.
Sometimes we pop onto the camera.
We do.
Like,
sometimes we just are on the camera, surprisingly. Yeah. So watch for that. Especially the Queen. When the Queen dies, a lot of times the toupee just like pops off. Yep. That's right. That's the toupee popping off motion. It's like I'm trying to raise my arms, but I was like working out at the gym again yesterday because Keldor's trying to like get me in shape, and my arms, it's like hard to like keep them up for too much right now. I'm feeling a lot better than last time though. It was so much pain after that first time because my biceps have actually never been worked out ever. Ever, Wolf.
I'm like, you didn't have PE?
No. Well, we did, but that was like when I was a kid. Everybody's healthy when they're a kid in most cases. If you're a kid that lives in the country anyway, like I did, you know, you're running around in the forest like an elf or a hobbit, you're always going to be in shape.
I'm like, I didn't know you were going to go there with that one, man. I'm like, was it a night elf or a regular elf?
A regular elf.
Oh, okay.
Regular elf. I'm talking Tolkien here, not Warcraft. It's important to distinguish.
It is sometimes when you talk about elves.
It's true.
Could be a Christmas elf otherwise.
Yep. But we weren't going to any island of misfit toys, Wolf.
Oh, no.
We were just hanging out in the forest.
Elves that want to be dentists might run into some of those.
That's right.
Might run into Will Ferrell. I don't know.
Maybe.
Could be a tall elf. Who knows?
It could.
Well, we're in the lobby here. Superstar has joined.
Hooray! And of course, his name is in all caps.
Yeah, Superstar. He wants to spell it out for you guys, just in case some of his fans who can't speak English or can't really read English very well. It's the easy version. It's the capital letter one.
He wants his ID to be read like he would speak it to you in real life. That's how it is. If you meet this guy and you ask him his ID, he will yell "Superstar" at you. He won't just say "I'm Superstar." He'll be pretty.
He's pretty.
I don't know.
He's very animated, you know?
He is.
He sometimes wears a cape. I'm not sure. You know, sometimes I have seen him wear clown makeup at times. I'm not joking. I've seen this before.
I haven't seen this.
I have not seen him outside with this, but I'm not sure.
He just wears it around the house?
Ears. I've seen him wear like cat ears.
I've seen him wear the cat ears.
You've seen that, right?
I've seen that. I haven't seen the clown makeup.
I've seen clown makeup. I've seen it, man. This guy actually
he's like the Dennis Rodman of Starcraft 2.
This guy's actually the host of another TV show.
Yeah, he and who else does it? It's
Lee Hyun-ju usually does it with him.
That's it's called Ready Action. You guys probably know it from some of the stuff on
yeah, he's
Team
quite
Liquid.
popular in Korea for that show.
Yeah, he is. He's a popular guy. He's very well known. He's well known for being kind of a crazy guy, being kind of funny. He's also a really good Zerg player too.
Yeah,
so.
and he actually used to use the ID Random King in StarCraft 2 because he used to play random. He also played StarCraft 1 under the ID Max. So this guy, he's been around. He's a figure that's been around in the StarCraft community for quite some time, especially in Korea.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if he can stick around today. He's got to go up against Slayers Brown. Brown is a player that I actually didn't know was still on Slayers because it was last time I was here in Korea. Now, let me explain this, Wolf. Don't laugh at me. Let me explain. All right. Last time I was here in Korea, like back in like April or something like that, he was here and Sella was like, yeah, he's staying in the Slayer's house for a month to see if he's good. He's kind of trying out. He got crushed in Code A, like destroyed in Code A, and then I never heard a thing about him after that. So I had kind of assumed that he had fallen off, but here he is back in Code A again. Still in the Slayer's uniform, but there he is.
Oh, you're a superstar eating imaginary food.
It's like got a big like cob of corn or something, I guess. I don't know. Dripping butter all over his keyboard.
Look at that smug grin on his face, man. This is actually the epitome of superstar. This shot right here. Take a picture of it. screen capture, man.
He's not a guy who takes things terribly seriously. You know, speaking of cobs of corn, or ears of corn, it looks like they have one on their logo now, sort of. It is, I think it's a mouse, but just the size of it right there, it looks like an ear of corn. All right.
Well, they've got a cool new jersey as well to go with this logo.
Yeah. All right. That is kind of a cool little coat, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
I think it is. Superstar. He looks like he's ready to play some games of Starcraft 2. It looks like he's settling into the booth quite nicely. And there's Slayer's Brown. He's got a lot to prove here.
Yeah, what can Brown do for me, man? I don't know. I'd like to find out.
You're funny today, Wolf. Very funny.
I'm just ready to find out what Brown can do for me, man. Last time, he did not do a whole lot for me. His games last time, he got so slapped down, I was like, I don't even remember what matchup it was. He just got slapped down like a bear, like a grizzly bear on the side of the river. Saw the salmon jump out. That salmon was actually Slayer's Brown. The grizzly bear didn't even want to eat this one. He just slapped him.
He's like, I'm waiting for a bigger, healthier fish.
Hey, he slapped him. He flew out of the water and landed on the ground on the side. The bear could have eaten him, but he was like, he couldn't breathe and he just slowly died. That's what happened to Slayer's Brown, man.
But then Les Stroud, a.k.a. Survivor Man, came along, found him before he got too rotten and ate him. Was able to survive a week in the wilderness because of him. So thank you, Slayer's Brown. I love the show Survivor Man, and it's all because of him. It's too bad they're not making it anymore. So here we go, Superstar versus Brown.
Here are maps.
Duke it out on Daybreak. TV Shipyard and Crossfire. Yep.
Well, I would like to see what we're gonna see from Brown. You know, I don't want to make fun of him too much, just to be blunt.
Yeah,
but
don't be mean, Wolf.
His last games were not impressive. I'm hoping to see something better from him. He made it through the qualifiers again.
He's Wolf BM. I'm going to make a thread about it.
There's already a thread as Wolf BM. You can look it up. I saw that thread, man. I was like, huh.
If there's a poll, I'm going to go vote yes now, Wolf. All right, let's get into the game. This is the GSL Code A. All right, down at the bottom of the map in the red. From the team Startail, he's known as Max, he's known as Random King, he's known as Teddy Bear. Well, he's not known as Teddy Bear, but he is known as...
Starcraft Superstar.
Kerrigan.
Wow, a lot of fans here for Superstar, man.
For Superstar.
They're all wearing similar hats, too.
Oh, look at that.
It's like a cult following.
You know, we were telling you guys, this guy is a celebrity here. He really is. He's very well known. Akin to the vein of players like Destiny and things, I would say. And in the blue at the top of the map, in the Protoss race shape, he is from the team Slayers.
I think, I'm sorry. It's the second time I've done this. I talked during the intro. Who does that?
Oh, Tassadar sounded kind of depressed. There's like Slayers.
He's like, oh, this guy made it to the GSL again.
So it's like, okay, he's a good Protoss player. We'll see what he can do. All right. Oh, someone's driving.
Go, go!
GSL, go, go.
Look at that. That was a cool drawing. You can see the guy's face in the rearview mirror.
Started shaking at the end. I was having trouble reading. I was getting motion sick. Do you get motion sick, Wolf?
Sometimes I do, actually. And
Look
I
at
found
that. He's making a star because he's a superstar.
That's Brown's, though.
You're right.
Star 4 superstar, I suppose.
Brown's a superstar as well. He's just, it was his tribute to Superstar right there. Okay, well, so you don't get moves.
Well, I was to say, before I came to Korea, not very much. I was in the cars quite often. I was recently driven around Oedo by one of my friends, and I was in the car. She was driving me around, and I was like, well, I haven't been in a car in quite some time. Normally I take the subway, or I'm in a taxi. Taxi feels a little bit different. But in the car, I was like, well, I'm feeling a little sick.
It's weird, you know, having, like, I've been in a car that wasn't a taxi maybe 3 or 4 times in the last, like, 9 months now.
Well, I have to say, the
public
transportation in Seoul is
really
so
good.
awesome that, you know, if you live in Seoul, there's almost no reason for you to have a car. It's just that awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know if I like it, but I actually like not owning a car. I like it. Well, it looks like it was the Nexus first from Brown. He's going to add on the Forge as well, of course, because he doesn't want to die. Superstar in the meantime going for the, I believe, Speedling expand. Yeah. No.
We went pool first, but in this case, even though we went pool first, the rush distance is so long on this map that Brown can get away with this. I like that. It's the first thing. The first package he's delivered for me is the first Nexus first.
Wolf signs it. He's like, I approve.
I'd sign that.
Yep.
I like that he's just trying to sneak little things out and get ahead like that. Most people will not go next to first on a 2-player map.
Yeah, certainly not a map like Zelnaga Caverns or something like that, but a map like Daybreak, or dare I say a Desert Oasis, it's big enough that you can get away with that sometimes.
Look what Superstar is doing, man. He's making a very fast third hatchery at the 9 o'clock position.
Yeah, no kidding. You know, you can never underestimate this guy. You know, we do joke around about him a lot, but he does actually have really solid play.
Yeah,
really
his play has actually been so solid. I lived with this guy for quite some time, and back then when I watched him play, he was playing random.
A lot.
Yeah, and when I watched him play back then, I was kind of like, well, he's playing random. He's doing silly strategies. I don't really know if I respect this guy's play 100%. But now, I mean, I've watched him play a lot. Now that he's race picking at Zerg, he's actually just been crushing nerds left and right. He's been making smart choices.
It's definitely true.
He lost last season to Oz, but he did 2 all-ins, and that's why he lost. We don't really see a lot of his skill. Remember, Oz is one of those up-and-coming players that I guess Superstar might have been afraid playing against him in a macro game because he's just so scary right now.
Could be. Looks like Superstar is not afraid to play a macro game against Brown.
No, he's not.
It's true.
And Zergling speed halfway done. Brown adding some more pylons. He's have to kill one of his pylons to escape.
That's okay.
Totally normal.
Pylons are not really too important. No. They're expendable.
You know, we talked a little bit about how last time Brown played, he did not play up to par, but in this game he actually has not made any choices so far that says, doesn't make sense. He's actually been making smart choices. He sent his first 2 Zealots out to pressure. Yep. A very common thing right
he's
now.
Sending him to the third as well.
Yeah, he's sending him out to pressure that third base. Added 3 gateways, is going up to 4.
Well, this guy has had a number of months to practice here, so you can bet he's better. He did requalify, not an easy task at all.
Nice Zealot micro here.
Yeah. Killing a lot of Zerglings, but he's not going to do any huge damage to Superstar or anything like that. But
something that's very underestimated is how much you can actually do extra damage with Zealots microing them that way. A lot of people don't know that, but if you micro your Zealots, you stutter step them, you can actually do more damage to the Zerglings that way. You'll be able to get more hits in. It's actually really smart to do. +1 finishing right now for Brown. His 4th gateway finishing up as well, right with that warp gate research. He could hit a pretty nice 4-gate pressure timing here if he'd like to.
Yeah, we might see something similar to what we saw Hero do in that game on Belshire Beach. Do a little bit of a 4-gate push up the 2 bases, just to kind of poke in, see what he can do.
He's got pylons going up in the center of the map as well, so he can warp in some there. Yeah. He may warp in 2 rounds of Zealots and try to pull a Kiwi Kaki and just target down the hatchery.
Oh, that wouldn't be a bad idea. He's warping in 1 round right now up there, and we'll have to see what he does after that. He's getting that Twilight Council right now. We've seen a lot of players decide to go for Templars relatively early on, so he could be doing that. Otherwise, it could, of course, be DTs too, so we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, is he going to target this hatchery down? 6 Zealots here, 24 Zerglings on the way for Superstar. He's actually just going to engage here. Yeah, the drone's deciding to fight for some reason. He's
going to kill some drones.
Oh, he's got to make a choice here.
Yeah, I think the best choice is to target the Nexus. Look at that, 2 more Zealots coming in. Watch how fast they kill this. He's really not committing, though.
Well, he does have so many Zealots that if the Zerglings keep coming in small numbers like this, he'll actually just be able to kill them and then go for the drones.
Yeah, drones getting disrupted.
More Zealots coming in here, and I gotta say, Brown is just making Zealots and killing stuff.
Yeah, no kidding, man. I mean, this is like, it's like the beta again.
He needs to micro his Zealots, though. He's got a lot of weak Zealots at the front.
Yeah, looks like
there was one of them. Yep. There he goes, now pulling them around. He's going to hit this hatchery a little bit more. He's actually doing really...
More Zealots coming in.
Really smart decision-making with these Zealots, doing what he can with them, killing a lot of drones, and he's going to get this hatchery as well if he decides to.
He's taking a long time.
Oh, I love this, man. He's actually just getting Zerglings and the hatchery. He's actually just getting everything he can. Well, he's not going to get the hatchery after all because he decided to fight roaches that were in a clump, but...
Yeah, that's... Wow, yeah, I mean, Brown could have killed the hatchery. A little bit of miscontrol there from him. Superstar taking some damage, but he's going to come out okay on that.
Yeah, during that moment, I looked back at Brown's base and I was trying to figure out what he was doing. And then I looked back and all the Zealots were dead. I was like, I thought he was just going to kill the hatchery, but he didn't.
He could have, yeah. I mean, he could have focused down the hatchery. His Stalkers that came in were shooting at an Overlord as well, so...
Oh, Brown's sending out a strike team to go and finish off the hatchery, but Superstar has so many units, I don't think he's going to reach it.
Yeah.
Nice force fields blocking the majority of those Zerglings out, but here come the roaches.
All right.
He has to use 7 force fields to block both sides of this. I don't know how many more force fields he's got left, but I don't think he has 7.
No. Oh, that pylon gets taken down. He will get a couple Zerglings here. Superstar's doing a really good job of delaying him right now.
Yeah, and he's actually going to catch a lot of these roaches. Superstar not committing with the Zerglings on the left side, instead sending them all the way around.
Oh, he gets him in past the force field as well. Doesn't get to target down some sentries, but
Blink is done in +2 finishes. But he's just got too many units. I think the Zerglings finally get through.
Yep, I think Brown is way overcommitting to this.
The crowd going wild, man. There are so many Superstar fans here today.
I know. I know.
Nice Blink control here, doing what he can with these Stalkers.
Oh. Yeah, and Superstar's just pushing Brown all over the map right now. Brown in a bad spot. He's not going to be able to take a third anytime soon very easily. There's the Spire going in for Superstar as well. Superstar is just completely in control of this game. Yeah. The thing I will say for Brown, though, is that he's doing a good job keeping up in supply, at least at this point.
And that was a really nice timing with the Zealots. He could have gotten the hat trick. I like that he waited. Like, I was really liking it. I'm like, okay, he's forced a lot of Zerglings, and he's killing them as they spawn. That's good. And he's going to get the hat trick, but then he didn't get the hat trick. But if he had gotten the hat trick as well, man, he'd be so ahead right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as it is, Superstar has also made a macro hat trick. He's got a Spire coming in here. He's got total control of this game, as you were saying. And it's hard to imagine Brown really being able to hold on to this third base he's trying to make right now, but this pressure is certainly going to help keep the units away.
Well, Superstar, you know, like we mentioned, can push him around the map, but that's not going to last forever. You know, Superstar knows that. That's why he's getting his Spire. That's why he's going to make a lot of Mutalisks, and he's going to try to harass, keep Brown in his base, and kind of give himself the time he needs to get that bigger army, get that maxed out 4 or 5 base army, and get the ability to
he's going to catch a lot of these Zerglings. Blink! Oh, he didn't do it. Why?
Like, if you shout at the screen, he'll do it. Blink!
Could have killed at least 8 more of those Zerglings.
Yep.
At least.
Well,
these Zealots just warped in to die.
You know, one thing that Superstar is doing really impressively is being so active about the scouting on the map. He's able to find the pylons, take those out before they really cause any problems.
You know what's awesome about what Brown is doing, though, is he's just not afraid to bully Superstar's units. He's actually chasing Speedlings with Stalkers. That's what's happening. That is what's happening. He's trying to find him and kill him. A lot of cannons here as well. He's actually going to trap these.
Oh, wow.
And this time, will he blink?
Why? He had it, apparently.
Oh, there he goes. He like blinks off camera. He's too shy to blink. He's one of those shy blinker types.
Don't look at me when I blink.
Like when the camera goes on him in his booth, he like holds his eyes open with toothpicks.
Ow. The chairs in his booth have that set up from like the Clockwork Orange. It like holds his eyes open. It's messed up, man.
Superstar is going to move out with a lot of Zerglings here. Some force fields need to be dropped. I'm like trying to order Brown around here.
You're like trying to play it out.
I mean, this is the micro decision you should be making, but you're not.
It's like Wolf is trying to bring his like latent mental telepathy mutant powers to life to try to help Brown win this game.
It's like Google Voice works for Starcraft now.
You start off with simple commands like drop and blink, and then later on you'll be able to convey a complex strategy to Brown.
I'm like, build a pylon in the bottom left corner of your base.
He's like, I should build a pylon in the bottom left corner of my base.
Stalkers are like moving around. I'm like, make a U-turn at the next Xel'Naga cavern.
I'm not sure if it's more Obi-Wan or more Professor X that we're talking about, but we'll see. I don't know. Some mutants would just like freeze time and go in and play the game for him.
Well, Brown is actually going to take a 4th base here, and I like this. He's actually got enough control of the map. He has not lost any of his units. And I think that maybe the main reason why he's a little bit nervous about blinking is sometimes if you blink forward, there are roaches on the other side, and then you're like, oh, I don't actually want to fight these Speedlings right now.
Yeah.
Things can get a little bit hairy, but he's not lost any of his Stalkers. He's actually going to get flanked here.
Oh.
But that Zergling force is chased away before the other units can fight. They're actually going to come over here at this Nexus.
Yeah, is he going to be able to take out the third? We'll see. He is targeting down the Nexus, more or less. Not really doing it now. I think Superstar actually just made well, he's going to get the Nexus, but he's going to lose a lot of roaches.
He has +2 Carapace on those roaches. They just will not die. You like threw those roaches into Mordor and they just crawl out. They're totally fine.
Yeah. One does not simply blink into Mordor.
No, one does not simply blink into Mordor.
Oh, look at this. He's going to get the other base as well. Maybe.
Very well.
Is he going to get it?
He
I think he is.
absolutely will, man. He does get it.
Wow. Look at
but
that.
this does, again, unlock a timing for Brown.
Yeah, it's like we talked about earlier. If the Zerg overcommits a little bit, he is getting mutas out, but he's going to have to worry about this army. This is his primary concern. He can't really do much harassment with this walking around.
No, he cannot, and Superstar with not very many mutas out right now. Well, he's got 19, so a few of them just finished, but the Stalkers are at his doorstep. They're not selling Girl Scout cookies, they're not selling popcorn.
They're selling death.
Yeah, man. Not selling real estate. Not selling insurance. Not selling knives. I don't know, man.
Definitely not selling insurance because they'd be like, we're not going to put a life insurance policy on this Zerg who's about to die.
Well, that was the saddest Colossus I've ever seen.
Why was I created? Oh, man. Lots of Blink Stalkers all over the place. Not going to be enough to really handle these mutas at the moment, but Superstar's taking a lot of damage back home as well.
Yeah, and Brown,
I don't know what this
maybe he'll clean up these mutas because he's going to trap them.
What are these Colossus planning to do exactly?
Well, they wanted to, like, pick their leg up sideways like a dog about to go to the bathroom and start scratching at the mutas.
Like headbutt them.
Well, the mutas still remain alive, but not very many of them. In fact, now he's down to 6 mutas, 5 about to pop. Now the Stalkers were able to surgically remove 2 hatcheries. Now they're going to blink away. Blink! Do it, Brown!
Blink!
Brown, do it!
It's like Brown is suddenly the name of like your Labrador or something like that. Like rollover Brown. But if he's not careful, he's going to play dead.
Oh man, you were just so on top of things today, Noah. But yeah, Brown is now up 50 supply. The mutas were just not controlled because Superstar was too scared about the Stalkers that were killing his bases.
Yeah.
Brown's in a great position now. He's got 3 bases.
He's about 50 supply ahead right now. That Spire's looking
3 bases
a bit
to
lonely.
2.
Yeah.
Can actually just catch this army again, and he will.
I think so. Oh,
he does blink. I didn't even have to tell him this time.
That may be the end of the game right there, honestly.
I think it will. He's going to clean up these views. He'll just need to blink one more time.
And the blink. GG. Wow. So, Brown coming back, defending against the heavy harassment, bullying style of Superstar to win game 1. How about it, Wolf? Did Brown do something for you that game?
He did something for me, but let me tell you guys the real story of this game.
All right.
I'll tell you guys the behind the scenes. I'll give you guys like the insider info, okay?
All right. Go for it.
I'll give you guys the dirt on this game. All right.
Not stopping you, do it.
So, what Superstar did with those roaches, he threw them all away, as well as the Zerglings. You know, he lost all of them. Yeah. And he had +2 Carapace. It was actually his plan. His plan was, I have +2 Carapace, I want to have durable roaches. He targeted down 2 Nexi. 2 of them, not 1, not like 1 3/4. He got 2 Nexi, and he already had mutas on the way. His plan was, I'm going to pull you back with my mutas, and you're not going to kill me with the army because the timing was unlocked, okay?
The
timing was unlocked. It was like a new character unlocked, and he just had to use it. He was like, all right, my Stalkers are going. This is my timing, okay? So he moved out, and the mutas were supposed to slow that down, and they did. They did. He killed the hatcheries, but he couldn't kill them as quickly. But what happened with Superstar's mutas control was he didn't have any. He lost all of his mutas.
That is a problem, isn't it?
It is a problem. He lost all of his mutas, and then he like started controlling his mutas, but they didn't keep his hatcheries alive, so he lost his hatcheries and his mutas, and he was like, I think when I lose my hatchery and lose the mutas, I lose the game.
Certainly looks that way. It's like Crazy Moving went around with like a magic mouse and sucked out all the muta control of all the other players. Just like Space Jam, man. Well, Superstar, you know, it looks like he's upgraded from the cob of corn to like a king-size Baby Ruth bar, maybe. Oh, never mind.
That's an interesting pose.
I know. It's like the Thinker. Starcraft 2 version. It's like
look at him, man.
If
Look
Rodan
at his
had
face.
been born in the 1980s, he would have been making sculptures.
Win or
Superstar.
lose, this guy just has that look on his face, man.
Yeah.
He will not be shaken.
No. Maybe he's a bit stirred. Let's find out. Game 2 is starting right now.